I guess the biggest question is, are you still going to vote for him? You look like a Trump nigga. Hasn't been an assassination attempt on a president in what?
40, 50 years maybe.
50 years, right?
Squash the Trump thing.
No, nigga.
He got hit
in his ear, right?
Yeah, and that's it. He went down.
Hold on.
So, unfortunately.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Just
got more
wait
questions.
a minute. What's happening? This is Gator.
What's happening, y'all? This is Mamba.
It's the Gator and Mamba show.
Welcome to another occasion of two magnificent, damn, I can't even say the word. Magnificent brothers putting themselves on stage and just talking about shit. Before we all get started and shit like that, before we all get into the dirt and grimy of it all, so what's happening, man? What's happening?
What's going on, man? How was your weekend?
My weekend was actually pretty interesting and quite eventful. So I got a funny story, and I got another story that leads into a lot of the content that we'll be talking about a little bit later. So one story, because I want to start it out with laughter, right? My son, right?
Yeah.
My son, I'm at my stepson's graduation party. Everybody's, chilling, relaxing and shit like that. Out of nowhere, my son comes, Nino, Ronan, comes out of nowhere. He's like, Dad, I need to talk to you. Mind you, he's 6 years old, right?
Yeah.
So he's like cutting through everybody, like, hey, I need to talk to you.
Yeah, little jujitsu.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's like, why didn't you tell me that you had a TikTok? I'm like, what? What you mean, man? It's like, you had a TikTok and you never told me. You had it all this time and you never said anything. I'm like, well, I didn't think it was valuable. And he was like, so he said, I had to hear from my cousins and I watched the TikTok and you're on TikTok. Why didn't you tell me? I didn't know, man. I didn't know I was supposed to tell you. And man, I was so embarrassed and the bad thing about it.
Did he stop the party? Did everybody start looking?
They was hearing everything he was saying. And the bad thing is, I was, what, son? And then he walked away and he rolled his eyes and he swung his little pretty hair and shit at the same time. Didn't say nothing, just walked away.
Hey man, why you ratting on my man hair, man?
You
do that a lot on his hair, man.
He got them long locks and shit like that.
The nigga got long hair, man.
And he just walked away
alone,
with it.
Man.
And the killer part is that he rolled his eyes, and the mama in me, my mama, wanted to, but I'm like, damn, he got a point though.
Because you ain't tell him that you had TikTok, my man.
I ain't tell him. So I got checked by my son, my 6-year-old this weekend.
Hey, Ronan, if you listening, he got 3 TikToks.
Oh wow. That's how niggas throw hate in the game.
Man, I'm just saying.
But one of the things, there's a lot of conversation about some things that happened this weekend, and I'm wondering if you heard about them.
What I did this weekend or what happened this weekend? So
first, I want to know what you did this weekend. Did you what was popping with you this weekend?
I meditated, man. The whole weekend.
Meditation,
the whole situation. I had to get my inner correct, you know what I mean? My breathing up to par. You know what I mean? Yeah, I connected with nature.
You feel like that was valuable for your Monday?
It's valuable for a black man in America, I tell you that.
Hey,
Stress is the number one killer in America,
say
ain't
that.
it?
Say that.
That's why black people got so much high blood pressure and whatnot.
That's what's up. But I'm kind of wondering what you didn't mention, which we all know happened. You ain't hear about Trump getting an assassination attempt? You ain't hear nothing about that?
Trump get an assassination attempt?
Yeah, they tried to kill him.
He lying.
No, they. You know what? I'd rather instead of out the mouth, you just internet and show shit, right?
Wait. The Democrats getting mean.
I don't know what the hell it was,
is that what's
but
happening?
here you guys watch it. Watch the joint right here.
And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
Keep watching. And mind you, you got to watch it all the way through. That's why you're still watching it.
You only got 2 security?
No, you got several Secret Service around.
Around you got 2 2.
He said, "Let me get my shoes." That was Trump. He said, "Let me get my shoes."
Watch out.
He tells Secret Service, "Wait, so I can pose." And there you have it.
USA.
USA.
Wait,
Look, he's still throwing up the fist.
Wait,
He's like,
wait,
"Fucks,
wait,
fucks."
wait.
Sorry, that's not the appropriate response I want to do right now.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Wait. I got a code. I am confused.
There's no confusion.
Wait a minute. I am confused.
There's no confusion. The past president almost got assassinated.
I want to say this in the most respectful tone as possible. In my community, when they start shooting, we start running. I ain't see not a protester or whoever these people behind them move at all. Not nobody. Nobody ducked.
No, they were just trying to see where the shots were coming from.
And just stayed.
They just stayed.
And cheered them on to say, "Go USA."
Go USA.
Huh.
So, unfortunately.
Wait a minute.
Oh, you got
Just
more
wait a
questions.
minute.
You got more questions. Yeah, take it all in, man. Take it all in.
But don't they usually rush him out of?
You want me to answer that, motherfucker? You know they usually rush
Wait a
motherfucker
minute.
out.
Wait a minute. Now hold on.
And
Hold on,
especially they don't say, "Hold on, let me get my
Time out.
shoes."
God damn it. Hold on. You're a tactical dude.
Yeah.
And I'm a tactical dude.
Yeah.
Right? And tactically, if there's no confirmation that whoever is shooting is captured.
They confirmed the shooter was taken out. They did confirm that while they was bunched down, they eventually was like, shooter is whatever. Shooter is out.
And then he stood up.
And then he eventually stood up.
Okay, so maybe.
And then he did the Black Power fist.
It's now white power.
He's like,
it's been stolen.
No, look, he was like,
it's been stolen.
Fucking Black Power.
I seen it. That
Fucking
fist
Black
came up like, God damn it. I say, oh, God damn, we lost it. We lost the fist. We lost the fist. They took everything. Now the fist
we can't
too.
even do the fist
Oh,
no more.
the fist, nigga, the fist.
So hold up. So we talking about it. There are a lot of theories. One of them's from Candace. A lot of credible folks, if you will, right? What's her name? Candace Owens? Jones? Owens. Candace Owens. Who, in her understanding in terms of security, with secret security, what do you call them? Secret Service. she reenacts the fact that they check shit days before. They check every ground. They checked everything. So that's one element to where it's like she knows for a fact she's been in those situations. Matter of fact, she actually states that they was almost gonna kill her husband because he came down the wrong stairway, and it was just like right. That's how serious the Secret Service is. Number two, several, and more of them are coming out. Eyewitnesses got they phones up on this dude that's on the roof.
I see it.
And they said, hey, there's a guy on the roof. There's a guy on the roof. They said it in so many ways that you if there was Karens, I've heard a lot of Karens out there. Usually police react when Karens is bitching about something. Pointing up there and saying whatever. Nobody made a move.
Wait. Because we are talking about Trump, right?
I think we're just talking about the assassination attempt on Trump.
Okay, on Trump. Mm-hmm. Therefore, Trump was at a Trump rally. Is that a fair assessment?
That's correct.
And then we talk about being infiltrated. And then
right.
And then with their record, they stormed the White House. When they had probably jumped dude.
You would think so, right? If these are your people, all they do is, first of all, you cool enough on January 6th to bust in the White House, Capitol, in the Capitol, and then all y'all can do is point y'all finger at somebody that's about to take out y'all OG, y'all man, y'all go-to, y'all dude that y'all believe in. All y'all doing is pointing. And nobody's moving to be like, well, fuck it. Secret Service and them ain't doing it. Let's do it. Nobody's making that move.
Well,
I remember Arsenio Hall back in the days.
Yeah.
And he had that one little segment and shit like that. And he'd be like, things that make you go, Yeah.
It's
kind of one of them motherfucking elements. It's just like,
Well, can we?
Or what they say nowadays,
can we take
the math ain't
conspiracy
math.
out of it for a minute?
Sure.
Can we take the conspiracy out of it, and we say, Trump, there was an assassination attempt on Trump. It hasn't been an assassination attempt on a president in what?
40, 50 years maybe.
50 years, right?
Yeah.
Since
the 80s.
And for good reason, right? For good reason. But what would be the reason you want Trump dead? He was already president.
Well, the odd thing is that you're talking about particularly that fact, right? That fact that there hasn't been an assassination attempt. But ultimately, regardless of what you're talking about, it is this unwavering factor that this country has a propensity for violence. You can't just have your opinion over here and have your opinion over there. People are so agitated in whatever direction, right? Because there's only two right now. There's just only two. And regardless of what element you're talking about, they so irritated because they don't want you to have your opinion that they rather snuff you out.
Well, wait a minute. Let me get back to Trump just for a second. Well, where did he get hit in the neck? Where did he get hit? I see some blood, nigga.
No,
he was bleeding.
He put a ketchup packet on his ear and he exploded it, and it was like, it looked like Heinz 57.
Was the that move right there? That
so here, yeah, right. There's the move. So here's another thing about bullets, especially by a high-powered rifle.
Yeah.
With a high-powered rifle, at that distance, I think they said the dude was 500 feet away. With that distance, now I'm no expert, but I hear things. With that, the speed of that bullet going past your ear, it's not just fucking nicking your ear. It's exploding your eardrum. Like you unweight, you off tilt. Because there's a cracking, there's a what do you call it? What is that thing? When something goes so fast, it hits the sound wave.
My sources tell me he was 140 yards
Oh
away.
Lord, even closer.
How many did you say?
I said 500.
My God, you gave him so much. Now at 140 yards, it's many times as you and I've been to the range. Can you hit something at 140 yards?
Oh, without question. But
And I'm a better shot than you.
There-
So we
all right.
understand that we both could probably hit that.
so first, we not just gonna gloss over that shit. So you are a better shot with a pistol. When it comes to a rifle, I dissect your ass.
My man, I have no optics on nothing. You have all optics.
You just
on
got introduced to the
everything.
rifle when I met you.
Stop it! I shoot the
You
AK
used-
like
you
it's
used-
a goddamn.
You used to throw rocks before the rifle
22.
came. You didn't know shit about
Seriously, but I probably can prove between you and I that I've been a pro marksman since 13.
Is that with holding your gun upright?
That's what this is why I'm so much better than you, because I was shooting since I was 13.
Well,
Because I was in the Boy Scouts of America, and in the Boy Scouts of America,
earlier.
one of
I was
the
shooting
fields
earlier because my
is
granddaddy,
shooting. You wasn't shooting nothing,
Willie
nigga.
Shack,
Shut up, you was shooting your
Willie
mouth off.
Shack took
You
us
a
into the woods
goddamn lie.
to kill varmints, animals,
Varmints,
etc.
oh, you're a murderer, nigga. You
That's
kill,
right,
you
I'm
kill,
out.
you kill,
I
you
killed
kill animals,
animals, and we ate
goddamn,
them
this
some
nigga
bitches.
Kill animals, man. I don't know the fuck I got. Fuck it, what?
But anyway, all right. I don't want to spend too much time on this shit because this ain't our area and our field. Like I said, America has a propensity
But wait,
for
man,
violence.
no, nigga,
No.
no.
Why are we still talking about this?
Because goddamn it, I'm trying to say. I asked you where did he get he shot at? You told
In
me
his ear.
about.
All right, sorry. So squash the Trump thing.
No, nigga.
He got hit.
He got hit in his ear, right?
Yeah, and that's
Hold
it.
on.
He went down.
Hold on. How old is Trump?
800. I don't know. The nigga's old.
In that case, the whole theory from your perspective is the assassination attempt was set up, orchestrated by Trump himself.
I'm not saying either way, which way, that or the other.
Oh.
I'm just saying there's a bunch of holes in the information that I've seen, and that's it. I don't pick a side in that.
I guess the biggest question is, are you still going to vote for him? You look like a Trump nigga.
Wow. This nigga want a whole glass bust on his face. Like you want to say fighting words, nigga? You might as well say nigga your mama. What the fuck is that?
Okay, I just wanted to
That's
know.
some hard shit.
I just wanted everybody to know. You got to say it with your chest out, nigga. Say what's happening.
Yeah, well, none of them get my vote.
You goddamn right. You goddamn right.
All right. So again, that transitions us to get up out that area, because
Okay.
it's still the same. It's still the same evil, no matter what. And y'all can motherfuckers and be like, oh yeah, people died for it. I'm just saying what it is, what's been presented to me. I'd rather vote for city council, mayor, governor, etc. Everything that matters in my motherfucking state. That's what I'm on. So holler at me about them, not about these two mask wearers and shit like that.
I'm gonna be honest with you, my man. I ain't even gonna lie to you, right? Trump become president. When he over, I'm going for president. I mean, if they gonna have a nigga in there, they might as well have a real nigga in there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Niggas can have felonies and shit?
I'm coming,
Like,
nigga.
we can do that?
Yeah. I'm a nigga, nigga. What you gonna do? You already see you go to jail. You can smack bitches. You can do all type of shit. I ain't mean to call. I do apologize. I don't mean to call no women or a lady a bitch.
You said what you said. So we gonna move on.
I apologize, loves.
All right, so terms of MIB, right?
Yeah.
That's the transition into our blood, sweat, and tears, our love and appreciation for it. One thing I want to talk about is our agents to a certain degree. We call them agents. We MIB. It is what it is. They're not guards, et cetera, et cetera. They agents. And they agents that work for our people. So we got a lot of horror stories when it comes to just
What we do?
just the transition into, from George Floyd, right? From George Floyd, doing all that. Now it's transitioning into what's now a different type of world. Mm-hmm. We're now here, right? Mm-hmm. And our people, our agents, played a lot in that arena.
Oh, they did.
Especially
full heroes.
Full heroes, yeah. Especially given the fact on Broadway and Lindale, our presence. Yeah, there were other organizations, but our presence, more significantly, created less crime or produced less crime by at least over 40%.
Well, what kind of crime was there before the 40% was created?
Niggas was getting shot.
Well, how often?
Man, it was damn near shootings every fucking weekend or something. It was all the time. And not only that, you got your drug use.
You don't remember, do you? You want me to tell you? You remember that there was a shooting in that spot every other day. That's the meetup spot between the highs and the lows. Is right here on Broadway and Lindale, and therefore it was just murders after murders after murders after murders, and nobody was going in this area. The police weren't going in the area. Anybody who was in this area was like, nope, I ain't gonna be in this area. Anybody but the people who was there, which was all the people who was strung off that heroin or that meth, whatever they got going on.
You remember one of the main reasons we got that location is because there was a firm that was there who was these rough, tough, ex-military ass cats and stuff like that. They had this background. Explain what happened and how there was a call to us, you.
What the military fellas?
Yeah.
The military fellas
who didn't look like us, by the way.
They was military. We're not military, so I guess that's that. But they were military fellas, and they were patrolling the area. But maybe because of rules of engagement or whatnot, right? That area became entirely too hostile for that firm, where they left their equipment and or things at the location. They left their equipment, their stuff, their vehicles.
They just left
They just left it right there in the hood.
They just left.
They wouldn't come get it.
A couple of pamphlets, and then they left a couple of
put some stickers on some doors.
Stickers. They took those down. You're saying they left that?
Yeah, and took the persons out the hood.
They leave a vehicle?
Yeah, they left the vehicle.
They left the whole vehicle. So they decided
with their advertisement on it too.
With they
like, yeah, right. I gotta come get this shit.
So they decided to leave our people stranded and hanging.
Yeah.
And even left their vehicle.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So then we got the account. We got the account, and over here every day this was rough. This was wild west, right? You know, this is where the whole idea of MIB and how we look, you know, as far as our tactical look, well, we got our bulletproof vest because we was going in the hood, and you can get a random shot at any time, right? At any time, a random bullet can hit you because they shooting so much, right? So we was like, oh man, we got to protect our fellas who's gonna be out here if they're gonna be out here doing the job, right? So we strapped them with some bulletproof vests. This was the first time in this city. I don't know nothing about no other cities, but in this city that anybody came out with that look, vest up, like, okay, we in the hood, we here, and then the first person to work that area, this dangerous, wild, crazy, you know what I mean, mini Chicago area, was my man Cash,
AKA Falcon. So we want to talk to you, homeboy, because you laid the foundation to what is today. Because anybody and everybody can tell you what that space looks like today, and you had a whole hell of a lot to do with it. Explain your initial presence in that area.
Well, when I first got put on there, you know, I seen certain guards doing it before, and even before we even was, thought of, it was, small time little companies over there, And, I ain't gonna lie, they had the wrong type of security over there, They just thought, not putting our kind over there was going, move people around or whatever. But the real hood, no Broadway, that's the heart of the hood, honestly, That's where everybody, come together, meet up, shop, do their thing, whatever it may be, you know what I mean? I mean, yeah, we do have our little violence and whatnot, but, it's everyday life, it's the hood, you know what I'm saying? So, when we got the account, we came up with a strategy. When the first guards got there, we were just more relaxed, we was more just testing the waters, seeing what we can do, seeing how we can move, you know what I mean? And those certain guards, they came back with certain details and, we knew who to put out there. And, when I first got out there a couple years ago, 2.5 years ago, it was rough, you know what I'm saying? It was busy. Luckily, we got the end of the summer, you know what I mean? But, it was busy, it was rough, it was, hardcore, you know what I mean? And, that's when we came out calm and everything, just our sidearms, just simple stuff, you know what I mean? So it was more of a, we still gonna respect our people, it ain't like, we gonna make them move around or make them leave unless, they doing too much, as far as hanging out in front of stores or doing whatever, if they in their parking lot in their cars, that's cool, you know what I'm saying? But, when they tend to take over and
say this is my spot.
Yeah, and they feel like they run Broadway and they've been there for years, which may be true. And, we ain't never disrespecting that. It's just for the simple fact is it's also a business, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we all got to eat.
Yeah, everybody got to eat, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can still eat out your car, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? When you stop at McDonald's, what you do, you order your food and you sit in your car and you eat.
We don't like nobody up, right?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
We ain't doing no shit like that.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? And it ain't never no disrespect when we trying to say, in the hood terms, stepping on people's toes, and that could mean anything, you know what I mean? So it's just possibly meaning just getting in their way possible, you know what I mean? So
would you,
Cash, hold
would
on,
you,
let me get a little background. Can you get an audience a little background on yourself so that they know who we dealing with, you know what I mean? We go get into some of your heroics. But we want to first give them a taste of who you are as a person.
Well, yeah, one of the reasons why Cash is here is not just to talk about MIB, but specifically to be talking about him, who he is, and how he has indeed 1,000% saved actual lives in these areas where nobody has ever done so, where areas where you can call 911 and it's 15 minutes before somebody come or whatever, how he's even patched people up from gunshot wounds, how he's it gets more intense than that. So there's the premise.
So you saying MIB didn't get the respect of the hood by busting people's head. We got the respect of the hood by patching people up and letting them know that, hey, we here for you. You know what I mean? We here just with you in the same area at the same time.
Oh yeah.
I like it.
So
I
give us your background.
Yeah, man. I just I come from a Southern background. Where Mamba didn't play no games. Raised me right. Went through a system a little bit back then, but back then it was rough in the 60s and 70s. Drugs hitting the street, and black families just out there. Just now getting support. Not as much, but it was something. Just to get us by. But. Yeah, I was the first to graduate, high school. Well, the only boy, but yeah, the first to graduate high school after my sister. I did college, seen that, but that's expensive. I feel like, we shouldn't have to pay to learn whatever we're gonna train for.
Right.
So I feel like, it should be at least 2 years free. I ain't saying give me a full ride, but at least the first 2 years. So what I mean. I seen college. I did do law enforcement. That ain't work out, after we started seeing the police for what they really for, they only protect and serve themselves, not our community, and that's what we aim to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I went to the military, I got a side of that, learned some things, you know what I mean?
Can I interject and just ask in that regard, the 2 points you just made in regards to police force and military. So I've heard through the grapevine in transition to what that is and to what MIB is, that is what you dreamt of. That's who you are. That's what you want to do.
Right.
So in terms of you purposefully was like, okay, I'm gonna try the police force, because I used to say, and Gator says a little different, but I used to say, when we grew up back in the days, cops and robbers, right?
Yeah.
Nobody necessarily want to be a cop, but you did want to be a cop because cop was presented as being the hero.
Yep.
But in terms of our hood, cops was
nobody
beating
wanted
niggas'
to be
ass.
no cop.
So
Nobody wanted to be the
cop.
cop. Nobody wanted to
a
be the
hero,
cop when we was
right?
growing up.
But everybody eventually was like, well, fuck it. I'm not being no cop because I see what they do. I'd rather be, my family need to eat, so I'm going to take this or whatever. Is that the same understanding of you? Is like, yeah, I want to be something dynamic for the hood. I want to be something dynamic to my people. Like, that's what led you from police aspect to military, and then even now.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much, how I thought the whole process was, was just going in, trying to be a part of the system instead of fighting it all the time. You know what I mean? And I think that's what we all need to do, is try and be a part of the system. You know what I'm saying? Have a little piece of the system of our own so we can, build our own system.
What about create our own system? Can
Exactly.
we do that?
Yep. You know what I'm saying? And, have our own type of way of doing things, because I believe, like, we ain't all bad people. It's just the way we was raised or how we was raised or where we was even raised, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people raised with a gold, silver, bronze spoon in their mouth, you know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? I was barely born with no spoon at all, you know what I mean? So I know how I feel, you know what I mean? So, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you got to just fight it out, just, stay in your right lane, you know what I'm saying, and you'll make it to wherever you got to go. Just, everybody do their thing, hustle in the street or, you know what I mean? It's just, if that's who they is, that's who they is. But, the streets run too far, you know what I'm saying? You can't do it forever, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir. All right, listen, check it out. I want you to take me somewhere. I want you to take me on a journey. There's a scenario where you talk down a man who was let me let you tell it.
Oh yeah.
So talk about the scenario as a main scenario.
Let the man talk,
to
man.
which, because you didn't set it up.
Nigga,
right.
I don't have to set it up. He gonna set up his own story. That's why I tell him to tell me on the journey. Take me on the journey.
Set up the people for it. So the setup is like
Don't let
this.
this nigga tell you how to tell your own story.
Look.
This nigga tell your story, man.
There is a situation where people were deathly afraid. People were afraid so much to where even they called the police and they didn't even know what to do.
Yeah.
And they thought
All right, now
everything was
it's the
going
Falcon and
to
Mamba
shit.
story.
But he came into play, and this is how he dealt with the situation.
Right. Well, it was just a simple day on Broadway, Broadway is tough some days, especially in the summer, we definitely have our days, we'll definitely, hear a gunshot or two, sometimes don't nobody be hurt, sometimes it be a shot to the leg or nothing, I can't say that we ain't never had no dead bodies on our, property, never lost a life, because we definitely believe in preserving a life, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
No matter what color you is, you know what I mean? Like, we ain't none of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all love with us,
All love.
So, I get a call, as I'm doing my round, and me and my fellow de-escalator agent, he got the call and said it was an emergency at Walgreens. There was a man in there threatening people, and he had a gun on him, or 2 guns on him. And I instantly ran to the situation, and I spotted him right outside of Walgreens. And once again, I can tell just by spotting him, he was going through something. I don't know what it was. So, I had to approach him a certain type of way. So, I was thinking about pulling my gun out, but I had 2 sidearms on me. And my partner, he didn't have his on him that day. And, he reached for my vest instantly because he saw the shooter first. And once I spotted him, I told him to get behind the car. Don't shoot. Don't even point the gun. Just keep it at a phase 0.
Let me interject. So you approached a situation where a a cat had a pistol, maybe two
You
pistols.
said two.
2 pistols, right? You approached the situation with your gun still in holster.
Right.
You wasn't yelling expletives to this person or anything like that. You actually maybe looked into this person's eyes, was like, he dealing with something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you
definitely.
decided to approach the situation with empathy.
Right. Yeah.
Like, what's going on? What's really going on?
Wait. Is empathy something that we teach in de-escalation?
Oh yeah. Empathy is one of the first things you learn in the one-on-one class. You know, it's one of the strong points. You know, it was one of my favorite strong points where, you know, I never really thought of that. You know, even in the military, we just taught to, you know, see a target, he got a gun, he a threat, take him down. You know, I ain't gonna lie, I did honestly think about that, but at the end of the day, that was a brother, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And I can't just take a brother life, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know, he never
We already had it
pointed.
hard enough.
Right, you know, and then he got to explaining about his mom and, you know, and how his mom was going through some medical things and, you know what I'm saying, like, hey, I understand it, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? And he started just putting his guns down, talking to me, and he was ex-military. You know what I mean? So I could have had a real shootout with the man, you know? I mean, you know, that's probably when I knew that, hey, okay, he probably dealing with PTSD or, you know what I mean? And, yeah, you know, like about a year later, you know what I'm saying, we did have to go to court, you know what I mean, about the situation. And, you know, I even told the judge, like, man, that man wasn't no real threat, you know what I'm saying? He was going through something. His mom was in the background, and I just kept staring at his mom like, nah, man, I can't let this man get no charge or none of that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I did tell the truth, I didn't lie, but, you know, a minute later I heard that they dropped the charges, you know what I'm saying? He got his gun license back and all that, you know? So, you know.
So you going into a situation, literally, with empathy, allowed a certain window of opportunity where you can have a conversation, communication with someone.
Right, yeah.
Where y'all bonded well enough to where even though he was in the wrong, right?
Right, yeah.
In terms of what the court says, right? The court says you in the wrong, you up the strap, brandishing a firearm, you know, you're wrong. So you have to pay for that.
Right.
You were like, nah, I didn't feel threatened or
Right.
whatever the case, right?
Right.
We were here on it. And what training would you base that off of? I know it's a collective of training, but specifically.
I based it off our more of a verbal command training, you know, where we, you know, like sometimes if you notice, we actually have it in one of our sessions in one of the classes in the de-escalation class where police officers, you know, do an entry force on the man, but the way they do it, the verbal commands was all wrong, you know what I mean, which made the dude nervous. And, you know, later in that video, you know, he lost his life. You know, sorry for the dude, but you know what I mean? It's just about how you come at somebody. It's about your tone, you know what I'm saying, the way you step to the situation, you know, because we'll never come hard unless by the time we get to you and you still acting hard, okay, maybe we need to get hard just to calm you down, you know. Like, we ain't trying to get hard to hurt you, you know. Like, one of the favorite things that they tell me in the military is don't take anything we say serious. You know, when we yell, you know what I'm saying, in your face and, you know, just talk about your mom, your dad, all that, it's nothing serious. They get paid to do that. You know what I'm saying? And it really changes your whole mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, it changes on how you can take somebody just sitting there in your face yelling at you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna swing. Maybe you might, but you know what I'm saying? If you got that right mental, you know what I mean? Like, you can talk anybody out of a situation. You know what I mean? So, you know, and plus I seen that situation coming up a lot. You know what I'm saying? Drug addicts, you know, people with guns flashing them on the stoop. You know what I mean? So, you know, certain people come from that life. So, you know, I feel like you got to come from that life in order to handle a situation. You know, like the police, they don't know our people. So y'all don't know how to deal with us. All y'all look at us, you know, oh, yeah, they a threat, or they come from the jungle, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? But in every jungle, it's always a cool part of the jungle. It's always it, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's, you know, it ain't never hot all the time, you know. Like, you know what I'm saying, real life, it rains sometimes. Washes everything away, clear everything out, you know what I'm saying? And that shit helps, you know what I'm saying, on our, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, in the wintertime on Broadway, we still get our, you know what I'm saying, little roughness, but it ain't that bad because, you know what I'm saying, the cold, you know.
Yeah,
Ain't
nobody
anybody
wanna
finna
be
be
out
out
in
there
the
in the
goddamn
cold.
cold
And I
arguing.
love being outside in the cold. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's easy money. I can have a
Damn near
good day.
peaceful. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure everybody come shop. Make sure everybody do their thing. And ever since we've been up there, you know, we also get love from a lot of people. That's one of my favorite feelings, you know, being out there and, you know, people be like, man, I love what y'all do. I ain't been shopping here in 10 years. I can come back and shop and I can feel good that y'all out here. And, you know, of course there's going to be some haters, you know, in the politic world. But, you know, you know what I'm saying? We just showing love, you know what I mean? Like, that's what we do, you know what I mean? Like, we all about showing love. We all about, you know what I'm saying, uplifting our people, you know what I mean? Like, we ain't all bad, you know. Sometimes, you know, we may have a bad day, we may have a bad life, whatever it may be, you know what I mean? But, you know, so what if they out there, you know, selling a bag or two? Okay, man, do your thing, but just do it smart. That's
Over
all we
there.
saying. Yeah, do it over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Don't stand in front of the business. Don't stand in front of, you know what I'm saying? It's like if y'all had a business and we just come through and just start parlaying, barbecuing, and doing all that. Come on, man, somebody gonna say something. You know, and if we ain't gonna move, then y'all gonna hire the police or the security. Somebody, you know, with something on that can, you know what I'm saying, just, you know, make people move around, you know what I'm saying? But when we make you move around, we helping you, you know what I'm saying? We ain't hurting you. We ain't trying to step on your toes. We ain't trying to stop you from getting money. You can still get your money, just don't do it in front of it. You know?
So let me ask you about another element, and I'm on the same thing. Another element in terms of what I want to highlight is the fact of we teach you de-escalation.
Right.
You got your background, calm, dealing with our people, and so on and so forth. Being empathetic is another element that we
Right.
overemphasize for the most part to say you see yourself in this person or whatnot. But what have you saved a life in terms of gunshot wound or anything like that?
Oh, yeah.
Explain that story to me.
There was a situation on 005, a holiday site that we do, a gas station, overnight. You know, it does get rough over there in St. Paul. You know, I ain't going to get exact location. Just, you know,
You don't need
a lot of people know what I'm talking about if you from St. Paul or Minneapolis. It's one of the hottest gas stations in St. Paul. So,
They know.
you know, it's back before we had it, it was crowded with just a lot of action, you know. And I mean, I used to drive back then, as you know what I'm saying, to see people out there just getting active, you know. So, you know, once we got the site, you know, my first time or my first night there actually, you know, like I said, you know, at almost every site I do, I sit back and do a certain method to see what I'm dealing with before, you know. And as I see what I'm dealing with, I mean, it ain't that bad, you know. It was just dealing with just the people who out here bad, homeless, you know, and, you know, we just more talking to them, getting them out the way. Hey, you know, we even help you buy some food if you're hungry. You know what I'm saying? Just don't be, you know, coming in being disrespectful on site, you know. But then, even as, like, I'm surprised even in the winter or the fall as it starts getting cold, that's when the bad stuff really happens. You know, it's like they getting it out the way or something. And, you know, one night I'm just out there and I'm helping an elderly lady at her pump and, you know, and I hear a gunshot, but it's so close, and I run over to her at the side, toward where you come out the car wash, and a man comes screaming like, hey, they just shot me, and this, that, and the third, and I had my sidearm out, making sure he didn't have a gun ready to go crazy, and as soon as I noticed he just dropped, I put my sidearm up, ran to the brother. He was a young brother, too, at least about maybe 20, 19 years old, you know what I'm saying, and he just, you know, like, man, he got shot in the, you know, in certain parts of his body. Like, I think he got shot in the mid part, and then it scraped his arm. Like, it was real bad, you know. Like, some of us actually took the certain attire off to plug his wound and do all that. And, you know, and it's crazy because, you know, the police took a little minute to get there, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, come on, fam. Like, this is a brother here. He dying. He felt like he was dying. I told him he was going to be all right because I even looked at the wound, and
So
you'll be all right.
You took your shirt off to patch him up?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
My
okay.
gloves, my everything I had to work, and you know, after the police came and got him up, they like, yeah, y'all, he gonna live. He ain't even lose that much blood. You know, they did their thing, cleaned the scene up. They said we couldn't get our attire back because they needed for evidence. Y'all can have it. You know what I mean? So, you know, and about a couple of days later, his parents came to us, hugging us, shaking our hand, like, hey, man, you know, y'all saved my nephew, and, you know, you saved my son. I appreciate y'all, and this, that, and the third, and, you know.
That's
So,
right.
you know.
That's right.
Yeah, man,
That's
you know.
right.
That's actually one of the dope things about why we teach, man. It's like while we are MIB, right? We are MIB because in our neighborhood, we know in terms of when you call EMT 911 or whatever, there is a gap to which they will come in whatever situation at whatever given time. And if we're already there and we actually have skills, not to say to totally start whatever, but at least to give some time to where the more professional, more professional individuals come in to kind of close that gap or whatever. That's what we try to introduce. We try to introduce just to close that gap, and the gap in our community is pretty damn huge, man.
Yeah, you didn't say them numbers, man. I see you was talking. You didn't say them numbers, the disparity and how long it take an ambulance to get to the hood versus the other neighborhoods and whatnot.
In the urban area, any urban area, it takes 8 to maybe 10 minutes for the EMTs to get, especially to a gunshot wound. Because in terms of a gunshot wound, it's a higher level of impact. Like, well, police need to be there first before EMT gets there.
Yeah.
And then just in general, just regular schmegula, right? Is like, that time period is like 5-8 minutes, right? Yeah. Rural areas even longer. We're talking about rural. It takes now all MIB is offering you is let's close that gap, because bleeding out is one of the number one causes of death when it comes to a lot of trauma and shit that happens.
Right.
Our guys are taught, they're educated, they're informed in terms of that trauma. We just trying to close the gap and close the window to save your family's life.
That's right.
That ain't a black life. That ain't a white life. That ain't none of that. It's a life.
Anybody who stay in them areas.
That's right.
Anybody. Yeah.
Hey, man. You know what, Cash? I'm gonna tell you, man. You know what I mean? You my hero, my man. You have multiple, and I ain't even just talking about what you share with us today. You have multiple occasions where you stepped out and you was a hero and you saved a life. You know what I mean? People who look like you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You the black chef, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, pretty much, yeah.
You the black chef. Chef is already black.
Well, goddamn, nigga.
And everything that came with him, yeah.
He the dark-skinned chef, y'all.
It's what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Regardless of the fact, my man, we do appreciate you coming through. You know what I mean? It's love always and forever.
Yes, sir.
And you the man.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
All right, everybody. So this was a great episode. We appreciate y'all tapping in. There's a lot of shit to cover. A lot of good times we had here. Appreciate Unsung Hero. We want to represent and recognize our heroes at every given time, man. I love you and appreciate you. And our lifeline is long, so appreciate you.
Yes,
but y'all like this shit? Like, comment, and subscribe so we can keep this shit popping.